Sonko and Andrew Kibe have squashed their beef. Last year we got to witness the online battle that took place between these two individuals, which started with Sonko showing off his loads of money. We remember that video where Sonko was telling somebody that, hey, you thought I didn't have money, let me show you money. And we remember Andrew Kibe reacted to that video and he wasn't really happy with it. He told Sonko that instead of flaunting all this cash and flaunting, you know, other brands, the Gucci that you wear and everything on social media, you should be inspiring the youth by creating your own brand, by using your wealth to create more wealth by creating your own brand. And we remember Sonko retaliated with another video telling Andrew Kibe to keep off his life and to stop attacking women like Diana Marua Akode on social media. It was just a back and forth between these two individuals.
Actually, it is none of your business, my friend, my brother, Kibe. Yeah? I'm a brand to myself. I don't need to show it off to anyone. So that's how. And that is how I've been an MP, senator, then governor. Then recently I came here, Upper Mombasa, Jaribu. Within a short time, the great people of Mombasa, Karibu.
And finally, in 2024, they get to resolve this issue and actually get to have a sit down over bottles of beer, just like Tom and Jerry did it over a cup of coffee. Now, let's take a look at this video.
Tumekutana just by accident.
Yeah.
We're about to fight, but he's more of a gentleman than I thought. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're more of a gentleman than I thought. We have put aside our beef. Okay, I don't have beef with Sonko. I didn't have beef with
Nothing of the sort.
I just saw an opportunity. But when you ulikasirikia kwa nini?
No, lakini pia wewe unajua unavuruganga Kibe watu sana.
Sikuvuruga sana. Hey bro, hiyo ilikuwa tu nini?
I wish that
wewe ndio hapana Sonko.
I wish that day ungekuwa unaongea vile unaongea saa hizi. It's so stupid. Okay, but it's your character. So
it is believed that right before they got to have that conversation, Andrew Kibe was being attacked by a couple of youths or some guys pale mtaani, and it was actually Sonko who came to his rescue, and Sonko was able to drive those guys who wanted to attack Andrew Kibe off and drive them away. And that is how they got to have that conversation or that sit down that we have just seen. And here is the video of Sonko supposedly saving Andrew Kibe.
George.
Now, I know that video does seem hilarious, and if you want to find out why it's hilarious, because I find it hilarious, I'll be telling you that in a minute. But first, let's just talk about the conversation that they are having there. We can see the conversation that I had initially showed you. These two people are talking about their beef. And we can see Andrew Kibe is telling Sonko that wewe ulikuwa una jam kwa nini, you know, wewe ndio ulikuwa unakasirika kwa nini. And Sonko goes on to tell Andrew Kibe that even though you had a valid point right there, it is how you went about expressing yourself that didn't really make me happy. From what we've seen, it seems that indeed they have squashed their beef, but have they really? And was there really any beef between these two individuals? I remember there was a time Andrew Kibe was speaking in an interview, a sit down, I can't really remember with whom he was doing it with, but I remember him saying that just as there is the game of politics, there is also this same game. Just as the game of politics is dirty, the game of celebrities is also dirty, and we can see them bickering on social media and talking about how they're against each other and having a battle on social media. But when they meet, they'll actually be cool with each other because they both understand that it is how the game works. Just like we might see politicians bicker at each other kwa ground, and we can see them abuse each other, but at some point in time wanapatana, wanakaa chini, and they end up actually having conversations like the best of friends. And Andrew Kibe was talking about how the entertainment industry is exactly like that, and he gave an illustration of what happened between him and KRG, and said that, you know, nothing could really happen. No one could, you know, hakuna mtu angeka mwingine ngumi. They wouldn't exchange fists and anything or slaps or anything, because they understand that that is how the game works. We can bicker here on social media, but when we come to the ground, we all understand that this is just the science of the game. Now, those are the words of Andrew Kibe himself, and I believe that this is exactly what has happened between him and Sonko, because they are two individuals who perfectly understand the game. Sonko has been a politician. He knows the game really well. Other than being a politician, he has also been in this industry in some way. You know, he's a clout chaser. So he really very well understands the game. And we already know that Andrew Kibe understands the game. So these two people just came together and they were like, we know what happens in this industry. So there's no really anything there about squashing beef. There wasn't any beef to be squashed in the first place. I mean, they're doing it for you and I to believe that there was a beef, but there wasn't no beef to be squashed there in the first place. And then it's how they have actually come together to make content, because believe me, this is content, you know, and it's clout, because we can actually see in the video where they're having the conversation about their beef and everything. If you look closely, you will see that Mike Sonko has a mic. He has been mic'd, and Andrew Kibe has also been mic'd, and they're both facing a certain angle. They're not like having a conversation at kati yao. So we can see that given that they have mics and they were looking at a camera, again, in the words of Andrew Kibe himself, if there's a camera there, imepangwa. And this is just his words actualizing actually in his life, because we can clearly say it. Now, what I'd like to say at this point is whips and whips for Andrew Kibe, because he has been out here whipping clout chasers for the longest time, especially last year, and now he's become one of them. So whips for you, Andrew Kibe. I have been your girl, Rai Longare. Let me know what you think about what I've just told you in the comment section. I'd really appreciate that. And also you can keep it locked right here on BNN, where we the bees like to keep it buzzing.